And we come tonight to really be a blessing to you. Because when you think of makeover, you think of outer beauty. But we're talking about the inner beauty. And this is what these wonderful women are here to share how great God is in their lives. Because, you know, when you first become a Christian, you kind of just really work on the outside. But we find out later in life that we need to really get to know who we really are. So I brought some great young women here tonight. And I brought Barbara, and I brought Donna, and Shelley. And they're going to tell you a little teeny bit about makeover. And you're going to see me a lot this season, but I just want to let them share with you tonight. Barbara?
Yes, well, I was excited about makeover because it helped me to deal with my inner self. I had so much pain going on. Through makeover, I learned that I was rejected.
But you know, pain, when you say pain, you know, and Barbara is sharing what makeover means to her. But when you say pain, could you kind of tell us what you're talking about?
Well, before I came to makeover, I was driven by rejection. I did not know it at the time. But by coming to makeover, I learned what it was. I was driven by rejection. Everything I did, I rejected my son, abandoned him. And by just coming to makeover, I learned how to begin to love myself and to face reality, to tell myself the truth. Because so many, over the past year, I just lied to myself. But
Wow.
coming to makeover made me to face myself.
Wow. You know, Barbara has a book out, and she's a very exciting woman. She's a minister. But, you know, you could be a minister and really don't know who you are.
Yes.
Because it's so important to really to find out what makes you tick
Yes.
and what makes you fail. So I am so appreciative you being here tonight. We're going to have you back again. But we just want Donna to share a little bit what makeover means to her.
To me, makeover was a chance to really express the pain that I was in and to take the mask off. I had been molested by my father. I'd been in church my whole life, but never dealt with the pain, was never able to tell anybody what I was dealing with. And so I carried that pain, and I tried to follow all the do's and the don'ts that they told me in church. And being in makeover made me understand what it was really like to have a real relationship with God and to really be able to open up and give him that pain and receive
Let me
healing.
just ask you something, Donna. I noticed that Barbara talked about pain, you talked about pain, and was it a process? Was it a continual thing? How long were you in makeover?
I was in makeover from the beginning, about 3.5 years, 4 years, I think, that it's been going on. And it took a little while. I would come and just listen before I could really start talking about it. But once I was able to talk, my defense mechanism for the pain had been just to shut down and to pretend it wasn't there. And I threw myself into helping other people and, you know, forgetting about what I really
Wow.
needed. But makeover made me look at me and find out what I needed, and it made me a better mother.
That's very interesting because that's what we do. We hide behind the mask. And I am so grateful to God because he didn't tell me to call it Bible study. And I struggle with that because when you have a relationship with God, he gives you so many benefits. And the grace of God will allow you to look at yourself. I just thank God for you girls. And Shelley, tell me what makeover means to you then.
Makeover means to me spiritual therapy. That's what I think of it when I think of makeover. It really causes you to look at you, like you just mentioned. You get to the core of what really makes you act the way you act, and you start realizing that there's issues that you hide from. That you hide from. And
Good
so
word.
you began to pull that out. You begin to pull those issues out by talking, by realizing that you're not alone, by realizing there are women that are there at makeover that go through the same as you.
Shelley, I want to ask you something. You're married, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. By being married, does it help you in your relationship? Because I find that a lot of women that's in the body of Christ are very miserable. And, you know, you're being miserable, and they always blame the man for everything. Have Makeover done anything for you that you can share?
Yes, Makeover has made my marriage and me as a mom better. I was a very angry, and still I'm working on some anger issues. And Makeover just made me look at those things and gave me a prayer life and caused me to really ask God for the grace to really be a better mom and a better wife.
Okay, tell me this here, since you're, I do a lot of counseling with married couples, but if I would ask your husband, have Makeover helped you, what would he say?
He would say absolutely. He would say absolutely. We have Makeover on a Tuesday night, and he just loves me on a Tuesday night because I come home excited, I come home empowered, I come home ready to act out what I've just learned. And so, you know, it causes you to be gentle with him, causes you to understand that when you project your feelings onto
You
him.
said a powerful word, be gentle with him. So you're telling me before you wasn't gentle?
No, not at all. Like I mentioned, I was very angry, and so I would have anger outbursts. So now I think about what is going to come out before it comes out. So
Wow.
it's caused me to think about my actions before I really portray them on him. So
Wow. And you know, Barbara, I heard you say that your rejection and abandonment your son.
Yes.
Can you say today your relationship is better with your
Oh
son?
my gosh, it is so much better. I did not know how to love him. I was religious. I had a lot of do's and don'ts and just drove him away. But now I have learned to love him right where he is.
Okay, we're going to have to take a commercial break, but we will be back, and we're going to tell you more about rejection, and there's going to be a couple other women on the set. But I know you're excited, but don't move. We'll be right back.
For independent living for seniors age 62 and over, People Inc. offers safe, maintenance-free apartments across Western New York. The affordable rent is income-based. For more information, call People Inc. Senior Living at 817-9090.
Looking for a cooking oil with a light flavor and reduced absorption so food preserves its natural flavor? One with a high smoke point for stir-frying, sautéing, grilling, and baking? Then choose all-natural Pompeian 100% grapeseed oil, imported from France. Grapes have been a key ingredient of the healthy Mediterranean diet for years. Pompeian 100% grapeseed oil is the chef's choice for high-heat cooking, grilling, stir-frying, sautéing, or even deep frying. And Pompeian 100% grapeseed oil is great for baking too, because its delicate taste does not overwhelm the flavor of cakes, cookies, and other favorite recipes. A key traditional ingredient of the Mediterranean, grapeseed oil is a rich source of vitamin E antioxidant and naturally gluten-free. Buy imported Pompeian 100% grapeseed oil today and find great recipes at Pompeian.com.
Wait, don't let this happen to you. At Jan Fence, we're family owned and operated for over 50 years, providing a wide choice of fencing. Why wait online at the big box store? Just call Jan Fence. Ask about our Easy Fence to Go products by Active Yards, the first truly do-it-yourself fence product.
At Jan Fence, we always do what we say. Come see us today.
Step into an extraordinary world that will excite your senses. Experience our delectable Mughlai cuisine and the magic of tandoori savoir-faire. Let our international award-winning team delight you with a taste of heaven. Enjoy our mouth-watering flavors and our unique flair for excellence. Savor the elegance of fine dining and catering. Shazam Restaurant. Indulge your taste buds.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
We're back, and we're going right back into what Barbara was sharing about her relationship with her son is so much better.
Oh, yes, it is. My relationship with my son is so much better because of makeover and following the instructions. Because I was religious, I did not know how to love unconditionally. I always had conditions on my love for people.
But when you say you had condition on your love for people, are you talking about if they did things right?
Yes.
Okay, so you only loved them when they
did things right.
Wow.
Yes.
That is
So,
religion.
That's
Yes.
religion.
Let me just ask you something. You know, you said a lot, and she has a marvelous book out. And you said a lot when you said, do you like yourself better?
Much better. much better.
That's very important because,
Yes.
you know, I found out in religion, people don't, they hide behind religion and they never take a look at themselves.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what the Lord has showed me so awesome about makeover is that we have the opportunity to look at ourselves.
Yes.
Donna, can you say something about looking at yourself?
Yes, it took me a long time to really want to look at myself. I never, as a child, I was what they called back then painfully shy. And I never spent any time looking at myself. Even in the mirror, I never really wanted to look at myself because I felt unattractive. And, you know,
Wow, you're so beautiful.
well, this is post makeover. But I feel better about myself now, and that makes the difference. I didn't see myself as beautiful, and I do now.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I just want to quote something in 1 Peter 3:3-4, and I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit, but it says, your beauty should not come from the outward appearance, you know. And, you know, we put a lot on how we look on the outside, and we adore ourselves, our hair, and we do all this beautiful stuff. I was a hairdresser for a long time, and, you know, I really care about that, but we should really think about the inner beauty.
Yes.
And that's the very thing that we don't think of. And why we don't think of inner beauty a lot is because it's how we was brought up. And when you were brought up by your parents, a lot of times they don't hug you, they don't tell you you're beautiful. And a lot of young women don't have fathers in the home. And when you don't have a father in the home, you really, usually when you get with a relationship, you abuse that person because nobody teaches you how to be a little girl. Nobody tells a little girl how pretty she is. And we'll drive a man crazy for a compliment.
Oh, yeah.
You don't love me because you didn't say I was pretty. You don't give me your attention. And those are some of the things that makeover really brings out of a woman. And I want to say this to Donna. Last night we had makeover. And Donna said that she never wanted to be married, right? But how do you feel about that now?
I have changed my mind.
And why have you changed your mind?
I think I was hurt by a man, hurt by my father, and on top of that, I was so shy and just scared of people in general. And I went straight from that into church and trying to live up to that image. And now I see myself in God's eyes. And I know I'm beautiful, and I know I'm worthy, and I know I'll be a blessing to some lucky
Amen.
man.
That is so- and you know, something that I know a lot about these women, but you have learned to not to talk so much with a man, right? Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Mostly, I've raised a son, you know, and as a single mother, and he's taught me a whole lot in dealing with my son, and I think I probably had to learn that way, because had it been a man and in my hurt state, it would have been easy for me to crucify a man, but I couldn't do that to my son because I really love him. So God taught me a whole lot.
So
with my
you
son.
think that you're qualified to really love a man?
Yes.
Amen. I am so proud of you. And Shelley, I would like to get a little more deeper in you. Shelley's a foreigner. Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Trinidad.
Wow.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay. Well, tell us what have you learned in America in that you can pass it on to other younger women.
Wow, just to not be so closeted, to be able to talk. Because when you talk, you expose the enemy. And that's the way that healing comes.
Wow.
So in our country, a lot of times, Trinidad, a lot of times people are very sheltered and closed-mouthed, and they don't want to expose, what they've been through, or talk about their issues, or talk about the things that hurt them or pain them. And they go through life just, as a lie. And
Wow.
so yeah, that's what I would tell them. Just be able to talk and expose the enemy, and that way you, like with Makeover, that way you'll find healing and find a better way of living.
That is so great. I would like to say, what do you do for a living?
I am a nurse.
Wow. And Donna, what do you do for a living?
I run my own company.
Amen. And Barbara?
I'm a teacher.
All right. We have 3 successful women that's here. 2 of them are single. Aren't they beautiful? And I just want to say that Makeover is probably one of the greatest experiences that I've ever experienced in my life, because I'm the Makeover teacher, but I've learned so much. I learned how crazy I was and how I thought that I knew so much and knew so little. And it's something about in the presence of the Lord. He always shines the flashlight back on you. And I had to see myself through these women. And they brought such healing to me. And I'm just excited because every time I hear you say something, sometimes I don't have to say it because you said it. And I can cry. I can get emotional. I can just kind of can keep myself together, because when I hear you come forth and share your pain, and because I had nobody to share my pain with. Because being in church, I'm a mature woman, and being in church, everybody keeps secrets. And if you got a problem, they'll tell you to pray. And if your husband fights you, or they'll tell you to pray. And God didn't call us to be abused, and He didn't call women to abuse men neither. And I see a lot of women that abuse men because of their pain. And I found out that I was an abuser. And the Lord had to let me know that He had to retrain me. Because it says you have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And there's always an area that sticks out like a sore thumb. And mine was rejection. But rejection makes you reject other people. And rejection makes you sort of like a control person, because you're always trying to protect your heart. And, we have talked about that in Makeover. And it's almost time for another commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to talk more about rejection. And I think we got a few more minutes, but we don't. Don't change that dial, because we'll be back with you in a very few minutes. And I just want to thank Barbara and Donna and Shelley for their honesty and giving you what God has given them. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.